Antithesis. Some of these terms may seem familiar to you, and if you saw them on the exam without any study, you would already have a kind of a working knowledge of what you can surmise that these words mean. But you have to be careful, because as you're learning, the literary definitions of these words does not always match up to the popular way that we use these words ourselves. Antithesis usually we refer to as something the exact opposite of something we desire. For example, I could say, well, that is the antithesis of everything I wanted, which would mean that is the opposite of everything I wanted. But that's only half the definition in literature. You see, antithesis combines two ideas that seem to contradict each other, but together make a larger point. So there's no conflict that's constantly grating without a resolution. This was a particularly favored element by Augustan poets and users of the heroic couplet. Probably the most famous use of antithesis is in the openings of one of the most famous novels. And in it, we can really see antithesis exemplified, where we see two very contrasting visions, but in some way, it creates a much more balanced whole picture. Let's read. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom, it was the age of foolishness. It was the epoch of belief, it was the epoch of incredulity. It was the season of light, it was the season of darkness. It was the spring of hope, it was the winter of despair. We had everything before us, we had nothing before us. We were all going direct to heaven, we were all going direct the other way. What an amazing way to set up that opening, to create such a balance by using such polar opposites. And creating such polarity in the introduction immediately illustrates the conflict that's going to be set up for you in the rest of that book.